New information has come to light about the deadly Key Bridge collapse, but officials with the NTSB are still sounding the alarm on existing bridges in Maryland they worry could be at risk.
Yeah, the Bay Bridge is one of them. Fox 45's Jessica Babb presses state leaders for answers about what they're doing to keep you safe.
In a recent NTSB hearing, officials said both spans of the Bay Bridge are considered to be at risk, something state leaders say they are working to address. But with officials in Maryland on the committee creating the guidelines decades ago, I've been pressing them for answers about why they didn't act sooner.
Good morning.
In the wake of the National Transportation Safety Board releasing its findings on the Key Bridge collapse,
This tragedy should have never occurred.
Chair Jennifer Homendy is still sounding the alarm, trying to make sure another deadly tragedy doesn't happen.
The team identified 30 bridge owners with 68 total bridges built before 1991 that had not recently performed a vulnerability assessment.
In Maryland, that vulnerability assessment showing how likely a bridge is to collapse if hit by a ship was never performed on the Key Bridge. If it had been, the NTSB says officials would have known it was 30 times above the acceptable risk. It wasn't until after the bridge collapsed that officials started studying the Bay Bridge. I pressed Governor Moore about this back in March.
Why wasn't a vulnerability assessment performed on the Key Bridge, and why did it take so long to start one on the Bay Bridge?
Every single year, there's federal estimates and federal analysis about our bridges and our roads and our tunnels, and every single year, the Key Bridge has passed those analyses. And so we understand that NTSB, and we're in full cooperation with NTSB about a full analysis, but the thing that we also know is the report that they laid out, which also talked about 68 other bridges around the country, to include the Golden Gate, to include the Brooklyn Bridge.
The vulnerability assessments are based on guidelines set in 1991, which were updated in 2009. While new bridges are required to be built to minimize catastrophic collapses and ship collisions, it's recommended that owners of older bridges mitigate these risks too.
On the 1991 and 2009 AASHTO guidance, did the state of Maryland participate in the committee developing that guidance and the update?
Yes, they were part of the committee that developed those standards.
With pressure from the NTSB, other bridges across the country are being evaluated. And we're now learning both spans of the Bay Bridge are above that risk threshold.
Maryland was in compliance with bridge inspect. There was nothing structurally wrong with the bridge. What was the rating on them?
Satisfactory.
Satisfactory. Does the inspection look at the probability of collapse from a vessel strike?
No, it does not.
So I asked both the Maryland Transportation Authority and the governor's office if representatives from Maryland were serving on the committee which issued the safety guidelines. Why did they fail to perform a vulnerability study on the Key Bridge? And why did it take so long to conduct a study on the Bay Bridge? Why not perform the study in the months after the guidance was put in place? Since the spans of the Bay Bridge are above the risk threshold, what's being done to mitigate those risks and what's the timeline? Instead of answering my questions, in response, I was referred to a statement from the MDTA saying the Key Bridge collapse was the sole fault of the Dolly. They say the Bay Bridge is in safe and satisfactory condition, and Maryland has invested more than $175 million in its infrastructure. But the MDTA is taking steps to enhance its physical protections, initiating the project in spring of 2024. They're also studying the potential replacement of the existing Bay Bridge spans.
Put any other preventative measures on the Bay Bridge?
I think he's been really clear. I'm sorry, I gotta get him out.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people are concerned about it, so
Yeah.
are there plans to put any other preventative measures on the Bay Bridge?
Yeah, well, I think people have seen that we've already put an additional $160 million towards preventative measures, towards safety and security measures. We take the safety of our state, of the people of our state, very seriously, in every definition of that word.
With the new Key Bridge being built, MDTA officials say it will have a rigid peer protection system to meet today's standards. In the studio, Jessica Babb, Fox 45 News.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.